really do something to Maria? Is that why she was so down on our family? She said she would tell everything, but didn't mention any hard evidence. Did she really see my father kill someone? Or was she going to make something up just to bring about his downfall? There's still so much that I don't know. The Hans days are
It's
nothing.
funny.
They'll regret they skipped a few
It's
bucks
only
for
the
me,
focus
my no-good
right
husband.
here.
Today there's that detective coming, and I will sing it all. He can feel that the Hydes are sneaky bastards, and he'll have evidence. Thank you, O Lord. Weird. She has misspellings there. Oh, why thank you. Very polite. I will gladly come into your home. For 2.0.
There's a jumping spider lives here. No, she just walks around.
Here, everything is inundated.
She just walks around the
Through the
ceiling.
archive, you can easily get to the school.
And
As far as I remember,
she sleeps right there.
the archive lies through the Office of Physics.
And she walks around.
You can go there for violence, as you like to
I
do
don't
when
know if
being
I
a
should help her
school
go
complexes.
outside.
Man,
Cause
this guy's just
it's like
throwing
she's
down
stuck.
burns. Slamming me over and over. We gotta get.
Likes
we
it
gotta get a
here.
crowbar for this. Where would that be exactly?
She's looking for a fly, a lover.
Oh no. Dead. Hey.
She's trying to get out.
Why so blue?
I keep the door open so sometimes flies fly in.
Alright. No, but seriously, we need to.
There was even another jumping spider, and he came in. I thought they were gonna have a romance, but I don't know if they met. I don't know if she ate him. I don't know if they just didn't. If she was sleeping when she was in her nest when he was walking around. Why do you think it was a guy? Could have been a girl, yeah. So maybe they didn't. Maybe she didn't meet him.
Understood. Through this hole, almost all good came out.
Well, I don't know what to do, but
let's not talk about sad things.
I don't want to kill her or anything. She's just my little friend, I guess.
And these sick burns are getting less and less interesting.
It's nice and cool today.
That's you.
I like that.
Little dank ass hole. Demo, you've tried the free demo.
It's so zoomed in. Oh, I'm on a phone now. I don't think I'm gonna keep this phone though, cause it doesn't have the feature to flip back and forth while recording, and I know I like to show you things all the time, so I don't know. I might bring this back. I want to record a video on it at least. I have a lot of things I have to say. What's the name of this? It's Moto G Stylus 5. Wait, 5G. Moto G Stylus 5G? Oh, what is it? I like the way it looks. It's $179. Just if you're curious, at Walmart. I'm not sponsored or anything. Hello, Moto. Can you imagine what if I was sponsored by Hello, Moto? Could happen. Anything could happen. Here's the plants. The flowers. See, they're sprouting. Trying to plant some flowers. I don't know which ones these are gonna be, but that's how they're doing. I'm excited. We got a pumpkin. Actually, I want to get. Look, isn't this a perfect pumpkin? It's about as perfect as you could get, right? But I'm like, I want to get a weird pumpkin with it. Got a real weird guy. The weirdest shape I could find. He really isn't weird. It's just not the traditional way, Vincent turned 60. Yeah. This on the 7th. Tried to make him the card. My phone broke, and then a little water got on my laptop, and my laptop broke. So, I don't know what's going on. It's sad. I will need to fix both of them because they're full of things that I care about. I'm sweating now. I don't know why. I thought this was funny. Yesterday was Moldy Cheese Day. Did you know? It's October. October 2023. Today is handbag day. My handbag is full of trash. It's so gross. The grossest my handbag's ever been. I gotta empty it out. Vincent's birthday is on Bold and Free Day. Isn't that funny? Did you know? The 6th is Mad Hatter Day. The 5th was Do Something Nice Day. So these are special days. Tomorrow is It's My Party Day. That's everybody's party. So if you didn't, if I don't upload this today, and on the 11th, October 11th, is It's My Party Day. So go around and know that it's your party. It's your party. Wear a little hat, celebrate, say we're going out, and you know, because then they'll go, why? Well, it's my party. It's my party day. It's your party too, you know. I want to set this down. We went to a the little Mex at the church. We went to the Mexican carnival again. They have them all the time. Let me show you what I got. Me and Vince walked around. When we heard it again, we heard a little Mexican music play. It's like it was playing all night, and it was loud. He's going, "It's driving me crazy. It's so loud." I was playing video game. I was playing some games even. I'm playing a lot of games since I wasn't here for a month on the PlayStation, and then it was driving me crazy, and then it was getting in all the audio even. Because it was picking up those sounds higher than everything else. Anyway, he's going, I don't want to go. Because it happens all the time. And I don't want to go there. I can't go on the rides. Or it don't cost so much money. Or whatever. But then everything's really cheap there too. And so it's like, we went. Let's just have a change of atmosphere. Why am I so sweaty now? I'm like, it's Sunday. Let's just, instead of being like, we could say that we did something today, you know? I was just thinking this about LA. It doesn't matter if you live in LA or you live a little bit out of LA, because it still takes a half an hour or 45 minutes to go anywhere in LA. So it doesn't matter if you live kind of out of LA. It's kind of almost takes the same amount of time to get anywhere. Like, it's too much of a hassle to go anywhere, because it's like an hour, out of the way. So, I realized that the other day. Anyway, so I'm like, where are we gonna go? Let's do that. I know where to set there. I wanna hold it. It's gonna be long, I will have to say. So we look alright. Anyway. Wow. was taking the Wellbutrin with the Adderall with, I was trying that for the last week, but I don't really feel any different. And if I don't feel any different, then I just feel bad still, then I just don't want to be on a bunch of pills, you know. So then I'm like, I don't think I'm going to take the Wellbutrin today. Because I don't really felt any different. Oh, and I didn't drink any coffee today. Like maybe I'm sensitive to caffeine, and that's why. Speaking of maybe a little bit of caffeine, I don't really know. We're always trying to figure out the special way to be. Speaking of that, look at this. There's Y3000 limited edition, futuristic flavor. There's Coke. Isn't that cool? Futuristic flavor. I gotta put up my 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 jacket because my favorite men like big boobs, and I got my big boob bra on today. Oh, I like it. Vincent doesn't care about boobs though. He hates the bra when I wear my big boob. He goes, get it off. I said, this is gonna make my body more proportional. I'm not skinny anymore. I need big boobs to make me more proportional. He doesn't understand. He doesn't like it. Anyway, just have to go like this. So, this is what I got this. I got this ring. Look, it's a brown eye. Isn't this cool? You could there a woman named, so like, oh, you know, I love, you know, my brown-eyed boys is always the ones that make me cry. Look, I love the ones that make me cry. Isn't that a problem? This really is a problem. I guess I'm addicted to pain a little bit. But anyway, so I got your eye on me. This was at the carnival, and and I liked this. I chose this, so he got me this. For $5 from a woman named Patty. And he got me this. Look at this. Is that magical or what? I'm happier now, you know. Are you happier? With this $10? I always try to say the prices. You know why I say the prices? Here, I'll tell you why. Since I say if you get me a job, if somebody will get me a job, I'll give them all my money. I'll give you 75% of my money. And you included, if you get me a job, maybe it's you. If somebody watching this, get me a job, I'll give you 75% of my paycheck. You could just have free money if you get me a cool job. It doesn't have to be that cool. It could be boring. It could be anything. Just get me a job. But anyway, I say the price because I already know I'm not a good girl. Look, I'm talking about multiple males. And I don't have a job. So I want you to know that it's not big bucks. You know, that I'm taking a man's big bucks. Because I feel guilty about it. But these are the nice things he got for me. And I'll treat him when I have money. Alright? And look, we got this. We got a sleeping Jesus for $15. Isn't he wonderful? Look at he sleeping. Is that cute? And I got 3 little gifts. They were $5. And I got a butterfly. Nothing good is ever gonna happen to me. Look at the way it is. Who wants this? Everyone deserves better than this. Look at it. It's lighter butterfly. That's cute. That was $3. So aren't these great prices? Anyway, so like less than $50. We had a lovely day at the fair. He got like a golden ring with a cross on it. So you want to go to the fair, have a nice, get some lovely items. Go to this church on Vineland, Sun Valley, right next to the Burbank Airport on Vineland, like right across the street from it. I don't know where that is. And you'll have a nice time. They happen all the time. Anyway, we got Patty's number so I could get more of her $5 jewels. Now nobody cares about my little item. Oh, and we got a light up rose. Where's the light up rose? It's magical rose. He left in the car. Anyway, now I want to show you some other things. This is, you won't believe this. When I was at my grandma's, there was things. I found a bunch of things in the trash. Remember I said I found desks and everything? There were all these magical items. And there was all kinds of little things in it. And I was like, this is meant to be. Like, these are things that I would pick out. Look at the things that were in there. They're brand new. How could anyone think these things are trash? Look at, there's these little magnets with flowers. I could put them on, I'm going to put them on the fridge. Look, they're brand new. There's nothing wrong with them. And they're just sitting there. And there's with this little mushroom. And there are these things, but then there was a bracelet. Look at this bracelet. It looks like little candies, right? I didn't want to show you a bunch of my stuff. There's 2 ladybugs. There's a hand. There's a horseshoe. I was like, why would you throw this bracelet away? There's a bunch of yarn. They make a bunch of brand new yarn. So I made these. I was making things. I tried to make a bracelet. I made this here. Well, yeah, I had one of these things. And there's a bunch of these little, I had this was already here. But there were some miniatures and there was this diamond thing. I was like, so Mark, I know your last video, you're in Korea eating lots of food at some special occasion, in some Korean occasion. So this is you eating the food. Maybe you're not wearing that. Look at a little hamburger. Maybe you have Korean sweets and special hamburgers. Maybe do a Korean McDonald's. I thought that was funny. So you're here, eat with all your foods that you're eating. You see? Okay. Okay. You want to focus? Still have the blood on you from set. Your bloody set. Oh, and these diamonds, I put some different things on you. I don't know if you know this. But I was putting different, like I had a gold. There's these gold beads, and the gold looks fine. But I was thinking, you look particularly good in diamonds. I don't know if you knew this about yourself, but you look really good in diamonds. I was trying different types of metals and jewels on you, and you look really nice in diamonds, don't you think? You look nice in diamonds. So maybe you do like a little, you should be like, in real life, maybe you should do some diamond thing. Alright, where is that? This is kind of loose. Oh, I came up with a brilliant thing. But I would do it with dark thread, maybe black or something. See how this ring keeps flopping around like that? Look, if you have a ring like this, you want it, and you really like the ring, but all you gotta do, maybe you do it with wire. Maybe, that's probably the way I'll do it. You know, the flexible wire? I'll get it in gold or silver or something. And if you wrap it around, I did it with some pink thread, and it was cute for a few days, but then it started getting dingy. But if you wrap it around like this, wrap around like this. See? You go all the way around the ring. It will stay put. It won't stop sliding around. And then you could, so maybe I'll try it, and it looks kind of cute if you choose a color. I don't recommend it actually though, because it only looks cute for a few days and it starts looking gross. So I'm gonna try it with flexible wire, flexible metal, like gold wire or silver wire if I could find that. And I think then you could get your ring to fit you better. Anyway, that was smart. Or maybe black thread if you don't care. Oh, and it came with this drawing too. Okay. Somebody threw that drawing away. Why are they throwing away their art? Anyway, I thought it was perfect. Then I was trying to... Well, you know what? Let's wait a minute. Let's talk about something else. Before I go into more weird stuff I'm doing. I should make these separate videos. Yeah, probably should. Alright, I'll show you what I did then. been doing the slime thing. Everything's sort of a failure, but it's sort of cool at the same time. You know what I mean? So I want to make my, it's getting too low in there. Dig him out. Keeps sinking down. Little fish keep sinking down. You know, I thought they were two fish. You see? That's what I mean. If I had my other phone, I'd be able to flip back and forth for you. So I don't know if I can live with this. If I had this phone, it would force me to edit all the time. Anyway, I was making a little aquarium with my slime. I had this big idea. And you know why I wanted to do that? So sometimes he's my husband, sometimes he's my son, okay? Because he's small. That's my son. He's my husband. You understand? Can you understand? Look, I wanted him to have an aquarium. Really, it's gonna be like he's going to the aquarium, but I guess it's gonna be like just this is a personal aquarium. Maybe it could be like a villain. Every villain has their own big aquarium. Isn't that cute? I put some crystals I had with a piece of fake flower weed that didn't look right on the fake flowers, but I thought, oh my god, it looks like seaweed. And look at that, it looks much better in person. Anyway. You liked it? Like a little fish? There's little flowers on top of the water. We want to jump in? How do we jump in? Oh. That's nice. Anyway. I don't know. These are the things I like to do for fun. This is my passion. These little things. Oh, and the slimes, right? We've been doing the slimes. See, everything is kind of bad. It's like it's good, but it's kind of bad. That's the way it is. I've been watching all the slime channels. Here, I have a great idea. I'm gonna make a slime. And this is what I'm gonna get into slime talk. I don't know if I want to get into slime talk. This is I'll tell you the slime idea. I had a lot of little ideas. Should I make this one big video? Yeah. we're making the slime. Nobody has bloody slime. Nobody has red slime. Nobody has black slime. You know, there's not very many of those, I noticed. You know, everything's so cutesy. It is way too sticky. I don't know why. I gave it to a bunch of people to try to hold it. I'm like, what do you think of my slime? And every single person, they can't hold it. They're too, it sticks to them too much. The only people that could hold my slime are me and my mom. I know why? Because our hands are bone dry. It's like no moisture in our hands. My hands will not heal. They're dry as a bone. But if you have any kind of normal moisture, you're a normal person with normal moisture in your hands, you can't. My slime isn't for you, I guess. I haven't perfected it yet. I like this because it kind of like it was gory almost, right? Oh. And here's my idea, my great idea. You see, so what? My slime, I'm gonna sell it. It won't be like this so much. Maybe this is too bloody, but maybe like this. Maybe it will be like this. Hear me out. It's gonna be a bloody. It looks like a blood slime. I don't even know if it will work yet. It should work though. A red slime. You know slimes. You know they come in different parts. I figured I gotta hone in. I can't on just a couple designs, and that's it. I can't just try to make a bunch of other stuff, because other people, they already have better versions of that. I gotta just stick with a couple things that are weird and quirky, because everybody's done the cute ones better. And so I'll just stick to a couple things, one or two things. Here's gonna be my design. It's gonna be, there's like a red. I'm gonna have a red slime, and this is and you're gonna have I'm gonna have a little miniature Jesus, okay? And he's gonna come with the slime, all right? And then then you get clay pieces, right? And it's gonna be a couple clay pieces that you can. Might have to tweak this a little bit. So here's my thought. Clay piece, make a cross and a clay piece cross. Maybe like has to be like white or like a very pale color in order for this to work. Maybe I'll make two separate ones. You know, the clay pieces turn the slime into a fluffier consistency, but also changes the color a little bit too. How will this work? In my mind, if you have a white air dry clay cross, and you mix, and so you put little Jesus on the cross, the air dry clay cross. You could like push him into it, and then it's like shows the best. You could give it to your kid on Easter, so. And you could tell a whole story as fun, and then it's like the blood of the Lord, and then when you mix it together, maybe it'll turn like maybe this won't work. I was imagining it to be like pinky, maybe at least turn like pink, and maybe we'll include like We'll include like a charm, maybe a cloud charm with it, just in case it doesn't look like a cloud. I was imagining that when it turns pink, it'll look like I guess that won't really work. I could imagine it would look like I guess we should just do a separate one. In my head, I'm glad we talked this out. I guess it's not gonna work. It would turn pink. When you mix it together, it would turn like pink, and then the Jesus could sit and it would look like he's in the clouds. You get like he's in the clouds, like he's in heaven. But why would the clouds be pink? That doesn't make any sense. Guess it's not gonna work. So then we're gonna have to just put him in the cloud. I mean, maybe it would kind of work. It would kind of work, right? Sure it would. Pink cloud. We'll try it out. That could work. The clouds are pink sometimes. Or we'll just do a blue one with white sponges in it. See, people have already gone into that area though. And just, then we'll go white. Well, that's okay. We can do our own anyway. Blue and white sponge. I'm obsessed with cloud. So what is cloud with me? And blue slime, white sponges, and then the little mini Jesus. Maybe you have it be a joint set. So I don't know how, I don't even know if anyone will be able to hold them. So that's. Oh, and look. Vincent was grossed out. Or disturbed. Not grossed out, but just like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you doing? You know what, maybe this might be the thing for me. Or this is the reason I don't get anywhere. This will either be the life of me or the death of me. I can't find it. See, I was trying to do a Streets of Gold. We'll have Jesus walk. Maybe it'll be a whole huge set. Streets of Gold. But I don't really know how to make it good. Maybe we could kind of do it. He's walking in the streets of gold. It's not my best piece. Maybe that could work. I couldn't find a container to put it in. I actually... The only container I could find was this in a drawer. Was my grandma's. I guess lots of doctors were coming in taking pee samples and stuff just to check her health and stuff. So I guess this was an unused pee cup. So the Streets of Gold are in my grandma's. My grandma's pee is Streets of Gold. My grandma Patty's pee is Streets of Gold. This is why no one watches me. I'm too weird. No, that's very nice. Isn't that nice? That's nice. That's nice and cute and funny. Everything is good. Anyway, I'm reading a lot of books now. Right now. Look at this was also in there too. This little mat. It's the perfect little blanket for him. I had him wrapped up like a little burrito. I had you wrapped up like a little burrito. Let's see. Oh, did I already always say that I recommend all my videos be watched at a higher speed. You should watch my videos at like 1.5 because they're way more enjoyable. I go on a long time and I kind of talk slow, I think. Anyway, a pretty little blanket. I'm reading lots of books. I'm trying to be a woman to contrast the childish way of me that I'm acting is kind of embarrassing. But you know what? Maybe it's good. Because in this book I read, felt like it kind of confirmed. Well, I don't know. Maybe it didn't. I finished the whole, just like an hour or just a few minutes before I filmed this, and I really like. It was just what I was in the mood for. A lot of weird things happen. It's just very weird. Yeah, should I talk about a different video? That's a whole other thing. Anyone care about my reviews anyway? I don't know if I'm good enough. Where am I, Mom? Oh, you got look, this must be meant to be. Mr. Beast. There was a bunch of Asian tourists in the Walmart, and they were all crowding around. I was trying to get chocolate. I wanted the little chocolate balls, those in the red package, that melt in your mouth, but I couldn't find just the normal red package. And they're kind of fancy. They're $7. You know, if I can't find the right flavor, I can't drop $7 on chocolate. But Mr. Beast, all these Asian tourists were very interested in Mr. Beast chocolate. They were all like looking at them all and grabbing some of them. Only 4 ingredients. And then I was looking at them, they were cheap. They were only like $1.50 each, which was way cheaper than everything else. And look at it's pink and blue, it's cute packaging. So, you know that, and it's good. It's not, it almost tastes like fake chocolate, but not. If you like fake chocolate, you will probably, this is the better version of it. It tastes less, that's not a good review to some people. It is to some people. I used to eat X-Lax. I used to love the taste of X-Lax. Chocolate X-Lax for kids. I used to beg my mom to let me eat more. Because you're only supposed to give them like a little cube. But I would treasure that little cube of the chocolate X-Lax. Because it had like a chalkiness to it, but it was chocolate. It's like it's not as bitter or sweet as regular chocolate. So it kind of reminds me of that. It's not as bitter or sweet. And it's good. So I'll get them again. Well, in the whole, I was gonna say one video. I'm not interesting, and nobody cares about me enough as a reviewer. I'm gonna have some more futuristic flavors. Well, maybe I will make a separate video. I'm like, what the hell? Just because it's long, I don't want to talk about it. I need a break. Me and Vincent watched some movies. We watched, the new Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, ew, it's ugly. Watch the live action Little Mermaid. I don't like this camera at all. Watch the live action Little Mermaid, and that was really good. I recommend on Disney, the pretty black girl. Sorry, I don't bad at names. Don't know anyone's name. Anyway, she did such a good job, and the movie's so pretty. This was the best. I think all of the live action Disney movies are the ones where I think they're all good. I know they get a lot of heat for some reason. Well, you can't expect the same thing. It's nice just to see something in real life, right? So I go into all those things just thinking anything would be neat to see. And so I like all of them. But this was, I think, is the best one by far. It's perfect because it's perfect for, it's just so pretty. And she does such a good job. She captures all her facial expressions. I almost think I like it a little bit more than, not a little more, but I think it's totally equal to the animated version. Like, it's really beautiful to look at. The girl really captures her facial expressions. The cast is amazing. Like, what's the name? Triton. The cast is so good too. Melissa McCarthy plays Ursula. And she's amazing. It's amazing. It's so good. She looks great. Just everything is good. And Javier Bardem, is his name? Plays her dad, Ariel's dad, and he's all hot and cool. He's like, "Daddy, oh daddy," and he has all his daughters, or he has all the daughters, and they have their different color schemes and different looks about him. It's like he's been with, I don't know. He has to have been with a bunch of different women, because they all are like different races and types and skin colors. I don't know, or maybe mermaids are just magical. They could have any kind of child pop out. I don't know, but he's sitting with all his beautiful daughters, and he's all hot as heck. When he was sitting with them, I almost thought they looked like his wives,
Cause he seems like he doesn't act like fatherly. He acts like a guy with his sitting with his wife. So I don't know, and they just look the same. They don't look like kids. The girls. So it looked like I'm like, what's like this hot scene with like this hot dad with his hot wives, but aren't his wives. I don't know. Maybe that's weird to say, but they're all whatever. Everybody's hot and beautiful, and the casting's really good, and her faces are perfect, and she's singing the song, and part of your world is perfect and beautiful, and it's just really cute, and it's more than the animated film. Like there's more like, and then they're on the boat, and there's lots of just pretty, like she goes through these jellyfish, and it's gorgeous, like in the water, like the all underwater is gorgeous to look at, and then and then they always add a new song on there. I think Prince Eric has his own song, a new song, and I don't know. Then when they're on the boat together, it's cute. You get like the little greenery dropping down, and there's like, I don't know, sprays of water or something. The Sebastian and is real cute. He's a real looking crab walking around. The only thing they changed is Sully. Everybody's the same except Sully. The seagull, the annoying seagull guy. The one's like a goofball. That's a girl now, and she's perfect. She's even that. The guy wouldn't have fit, just because there's just too many. I feel like there's just too many. Because you have what's his name? The little fish. There's too many little male voices around. So then so for her, that the woman that played the pigeon, she was perfect. She's so good. I feel like it would have just been too much and annoying. It wouldn't have fit good in the but I don't know, it was just perfect. So I recommend it if you haven't really seen it yet. Go watch it. I think it's as good as the animated movie. Maybe even a little better. It is better. It is better to me. I think it's better. But just you gotta. Of course I'm gonna always have a sweet spot for that original movie. Like when she puts him on the beach, when she's touching his face and on the sand. And she sit on the rock, her little face. I don't know, it's cute. It's very romantic. Oh, and then we have her in the glittering dress, backlit in the glittering dress. They didn't have that shot in the remake. That's one of my favorite shots. It's her backlit in the glittering, even though, that's a scary shot. It's pretty and it's scary. She looks crazy. But I love that glitter. Love that glitter. Love the sparkle. Anyway. Oh, and then they have the Ursula turns into the hot dark-haired girl that has her voice and stuff, and they perfectly cast like a perfect girl, perfect hot sexy girl. But then they have the scene where when she spies on her, and you could tell it's Ursula. She's so good. They found a girl that looked like Melissa McCarthy. Like when she starts laughing, she's like, like she's like laughing all scary, and you're like, that's so good. That's so good because they look the similar in the face, even though they're different. They found this model type girl I wish I looked like, and then they make and then she but and just it's just a different type in every way, but her face is the same. It's like when she's laughing, it's like her face, Ursula's face. So and she's really good and scary. She starts laughing and all like like a villain, and then she turns into her. Oh, and then she gets big. The size limit was reached. What does that happen? That's probably cut off into a new video now. I don't know if I should stop now then. I guess that's all I have to say. Anyway, it's very good. You should watch it. I guess I could edit it into a bigger video. Then we watched a movie called Lockdown. Wait, not Lockdown. Nowhere. Lockdown. Watched a movie called Nowhere on Netflix. And it's about a girl. And that was excellent. About a girl that she's like a dystopian future. This girl and her husband, she's pregnant, and her husband are trying to smuggle out of the country in a crate, in a shipping crate, with multiple other people. And they get, they're just trying to get shipped out of the country because it's a horrible place to be. And she doesn't want her baby growing up there. Her daughter was already killed there. And she doesn't want her newborn, her baby in her belly doesn't want to be born in this place. So they're trying to get smuggled out of the country in these shipping crates. And it's in another language. We watched the dubbed version. It was good. And they get separate. I guess I won't say anything. But she ends up in the ocean, alone in the ocean, in the shipping crate. And it's her trying to survive in this shipping crate, floating in the ocean. And it's really clever and smart, and like scary. I don't know. It was just really well done. And then she has her. There's like some graphic scenes. Like she has her baby in the crate, and like it's during like a storm, and like it shows like her as she's in the water, just gripping on these ties and like trying, like screaming in the storm, and like having, and like it has like it just shows like it's pretty graphic, but it's kind of cool because it is. And then her baby pops out of her, like she's submerged in the water, and her babies come out of her, and you see it pop in the water. And there's just clever because there's certain crates, there's just certain boxes that are already in there. So she has to work with what she has, things that were already in there, like weird items, and she gets really smart with the items, and I love stuff like that, where you just like try to make something out of nothing, and it's neat. So if you like survival things, I think you like scare. It's like a horror movie mixed with survival. And it's sweet too, because she has her baby, and it's just intense. That's very
very you're at the edge of your seat the whole time. What's gonna happen? It's graphic, like you shows like boobies, or like a 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy, if you want to see boobies, well, put that on. It's like a mommy boobie. She's trying to lactate, and for some reason she's not the first couple of days, and the baby's crying, and she's freaking out with the baby, and the crate is flooding with water, and she has to take the water out, and she wakes up one night, and then there's milk coming out of her booty. You put the baby on her boobs. And then she has to put the baby's cute. She has to watch out for the baby. The baby cry. And it just shows everything though. So it's kind of very intimate. That's why I'm mentioning those parts. Is because they feel very intimate. Like you're just seeing her raw body doing these motherly things. So it kind of makes, I'm not saying like it's her boobs look great, but it adds to it. It's a foreign film, and I think so that's where foreign films are better. They're kind of better at that, showing you those more raw, intimate things. So anyway, but it adds to it. Like it just feels very, I don't know, can't explain it. You get it, right? And then she's trying to cut out the top of it. And it just, a lot of things happen. I could easily just tell you the whole thing. Stop watching. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm in the mood to, because maybe the person won't watch this. Just turn me off if you're interested and go watch Nowhere on Netflix. Like, what, maybe this will come handy. Like, there's a bunch of, she does a lot of smart things. Like, there's holes, maybe I'll need to know these things. So these things are good. There's no situation. I don't know, maybe you're not in the mood to watch a movie. You want to hear the clever things she does? There's some of the crates. There's a crate of Tupperware, which is and there a bunch of Tupperware. There's a bunch of earphone jacks, and like earplugs, earphones, the wires, the earphones. There's a crate of sweaters. A crate of... So it kind of works out, huh? You could already tell. It's everything you really need. She has a little bit of water, and it's running out. But one of the nights it rains, she's able to catch a bunch of water with the Tupperware. And when she's stuck in there, she could just defecate. She keeps the place clean, because she could defecate in the Tupperware as well, and shut the lid and stick it in there. So she's not floating in her own crap or whatever. And then, but look, you'll see later. And then she puts on the sweater, and she could bundle her baby up in the sweaters. And so that works out good. And there's holes in the crate, the metal crate, and she puts it with tape on it, but the tape comes off. So then she thinks, I would have never thought of this. She takes the Tupperware, you know how the seal, and she seals up the hole with the rubber lining in the Tupperware. She breaks it apart and sticks it in. And that gets her through a lot. So she puts the rubber Tupperware lining, she pulls it apart and wedges it in the holes to keep it from the water getting in. And then she comes up with, then she's trying to cut her way out. There's a drill.
There's one power drill in there. Kind of sounds like. If you're watching it, it's good. What I'm saying, you're like, well, it sounds like she does everything. And it doesn't feel like that when you're watching it, though. It doesn't. But she has there is a drill in there, and she's able to cut a little bit. Like she drills little holes in the ceiling, and she's trying to do it like in a door pattern, and it runs out of batteries right before she does like she's trying to cut like a square or something, or I don't know what. There's just not enough. How is it? I don't know. It just runs out of batteries, of course, right when she's almost done. So then she has a pocket knife, and then she sits there and cuts for days. For days and days, a little at a time, to in the little spots between the holes, to try to make the lip, to try and open it up, and then her knife breaks, and of course, and then how is it? Then there's just how does she do it? And she's like, now she doesn't know what to do, cause she hasn't, she can't pop it up yet. There's no, but then she just figures out one night that when she's opening a tuna can, or like some can of something, that the lip, that you pull the lip and the whole lid comes off, by the tab. She's like, oh, because she almost has it, and so she. I hope you turn it off now. If you want to watch it, go watch it, because it's cool, and there's still a lot more you should see. It was excellent. Even Vincent said it was excellent. You have 2 opinions, not just some goober girl that makes bad slime play with dollies. Okay. That's a fancy man. Says it's good too. Then, so she goes, I'm gonna try it. So she puts all her weight. She hooks onto it that somehow, and she pulls down with all her weight as hard as she can, and she's able to pry it downward. But it's like a real intense smell, she's worked hard at this. Her baby would scream and cry when she would use the drill. And the baby was really screaming in real life in the movie, so it's sad. It's sort of sad, but it makes it really real. He's screaming and crying. Or she's screaming and crying when the drill's going on. And it's really cute and sweet and sad. And she goes, and then... and then she'll stop, and then she gets used to it after a while, and and then that's just the way it is. But then she, with all her weight, she's able to pry it down. The sun cascades on her face. So now she could crawl on top of the crate, at least, and get sun. Let people know she's in there, and so it's cool. Oh, and then she's sitting with her baby up there in the sunshine, and she knows there's fish floating around. She already ran out of food. And there's fish, and she's trying to make a spear all day long, and that doesn't work. And then she uses all her energy trying to spear fish, and she doesn't get anything. And then she is changing her baby's diaper at the top there, and she throws. She's like, well, just throws it in the water. Just throws the diaper in the water, and a bunch of fish start eating the crab. She sees a bunch of fish start floating around like they're gonna eat the baby poop. And she's like, oh my god. And then, so then, and so she, so this is where it starts getting cool. She can't catch him with a spear, but she sits there and she's humming along. She's humming a song. It's like she's getting good at surviving. That's why it's cool. Like, and then just everything's kind of just like it's bad, but she's working through it. Like, look, she's gone through all these obstacles so far, and then, and there's a thing where she has a thing where she's grieving about her daughter, and and she has these little nightmares about her, but like she works through. She was depressed. She couldn't get over it, but then she sort of is able to cope with it. Like she has like closure while she's in there. She almost goes through a little thing that she needs to go through, and she's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened to you. Whatever. And whatever. We'll see each other soon, right? Everybody. And then she starts weaving the clever thing she does. And it's she a neat thing she does, she starts weaving the you see how keep pinching at this. Maybe those pimples. It's deep. And then she weaves the headphone cords. She's weaving them together into a net. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that great? She makes a net out of all the headphone cords. And she hooks it to these sticks. She has 2 sticks and she weaves the net like this. And so it's nice and like a big drape. And then in between the 2 sticks she's holding in each hand. And she puts the diaper in the center of it. And then she dips it in the water. And she catches the fish. And she's able to eat. She eats it all raw. And they have the baby looking at her. She's like, don't judge me. Like the baby's going, ew. It's fun. Like she just has to just sink her teeth right in there. Anyway, so it's very cool. I won't tell you the ending. If you want to see what happens, you gotta watch it. Then we watched Us. You know, because it went to Netflix. I was trying to watch it actually, and it was nowhere. And then it went to Netflix, so we watched that. That was interesting. I love the opening. That's really scary. We're walking around and going into the fun house with the mirrors. And the little girl. Anyway, when you hear me say a title, you should just turn me off. Yeah, I'll say it's very good. And then just turn me off if you don't want to spoil. It was good. It was interesting. I thought that's what I mostly thought. I thought it was mostly interesting. I don't know if I liked every choice, but uh, it felt fresh. I was always wondering what was gonna happen. Like it felt different. It felt different. Even the whole tone is different. Everything was very. I don't know. It was just. It was cool and the concept scary. You know, I always thought it would be scary. Just the scariest person to see. The scariest person to see would be yourself. I feel like that would be the spookiest thing. But it's neat the way it leads up, because she sees herself, another version of herself when she's little, in the mirror. In the mirror, she's in a place of mirrors, but there's a girl in there, and she's not a mirror. It's just her. She's smiling at her. And she's real. It's a cool shot where she's in a bunch of mirrors, she keeps banging into the mirrors. But she's facing, and so usually she's facing her own reflection. But it's cool, because then she eventually runs in to her self, but it's her back. Her back. So it's her facing her back. So that ain't right. Because it's a real girl standing there with her back to her. I don't know, it's pretty spooky, right? Scary. And then she turns around, looks, and she smiles at her. And it's scary. And then she grows up, and she grows up, and she is scared, and she says there's weird. I just think that, and she has a family and everything, and her whole family's all cute, and her boyfriend, her the dad's all cute, but there's something just, it's like, she's like, and she's sweet too, but you can tell she's like a little haunted. She's kind of like, she's almost like something's a little bit different about her. Maybe it's just she's feeling it. She says like that you don't know anything's wrong, but then little things start making her think of. She has the flashbacks, like she was traumatized from this time she saw this little girl. And she says you feel, and like weird coincidences keep happening. She goes, I feel like she's getting closer. And then it just shows that she doesn't identify normal people very well. Like she's just different. And she's just picking up weird vibes. She's scared for her kids to go out of her sight, because she's afraid that's gonna happen to them. And then she's like, and she finally tells her husband, well, it's just a jolly goofball. So she's going, this thing happened to me, and tells the story that goes, and when all these things are happening, I feel like she's getting closer to me. This girl is coming to haunt me. He goes, you saw this person you saw this another you in a mirror place? She goes, she was real. And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, she was real, and she's coming for me. I always feel like she's coming for me. And she does. She does. And that's scary. And it's the whole family. There's a whole and the whole family, and they're standing outside. These were my favorite parts, is what I'm saying. Then they're out. Then the power goes off, and then they look outside, and the husband looking outside with the kids and everything. There, it's kind of cool because I like that they all stay together. I like that aspect too. It's a family fighting together. Usually that you don't see that. Everybody gets separated. So So you want to see a family fighting together. This is cool too. It's kind of wholesome in a creepy way. No, it's not wholesome. It is wholesome. It's not. It is. It's different. Then they see him just standing there, backlit in the driveway. They're all just standing there. This weird people. And they're looking out the window at him. And they're just standing there, and then they're looking out the window, and they're like, and the dad goes out there, goes, "Hey, can I help you?" Or, you're trying to be, and they don't move or don't say nothing, and they're like, if you're trying to be scary, I don't need nobody trying to be scary here, and I'm calling the, I don't know, I'm calling the police, whatever. I don't know, he's trying to scare them away, but they're not moving. So he just goes back inside, and shuts the door, and then he gets, then the police won't be there for 15 minutes. So then he has a baseball bat. I'm like, you shouldn't do that. What are you doing? He's trying to scare him away. But then when he's starts to get, then they start coming after him. Once he tries to really scare him with the bat. Then they start coming after the house. Anyways, I don't want to get into that whole story of who they are. But it's cool having versions of themselves coming after them. Yeah, I like those. They're just the scary versions of every person, of all of them. I think that my favorite was the daughter. The dad, for the scary version of the dad, just doesn't even talk. He just makes noises. He goes, he's like a big, strong dumbo. Like, coming after him, and the little boy is the same version of the little boy, but he likes fire. And the little girl is, I don't know, she's kind of like a little athlete or something, but she just has a big smile the whole time. She's really scary and cool. She's like, and the girl, and then she's telling her daughter just to run, and she starts to run down the street, and then the version of the daughter is, these are part of it, but smiling, and she's like running down the street, and they're showing her, and then the girl comes after her, the smiling one. She starts walking out to meet her, even though she's running as fast as she can. The normal version of her, she's just like all calm and like walking up watching her run down the street, and all smiling, all big, like she's letting her get a head start. Like she's letting her get a head start because she's scary, smiling girl gonna run. She runs fast. Like she's. That was scary. Imagine running up the street and you turn around there. Like, go ahead, get a head start. Running. That's so scary. Running so fast. Anyway, the ending is very the end, it gets weird, but then it felt very profound at the end. Like, I don't know, that's gonna sit with me a while. There's some parts I didn't even know if I liked it. I just thought it was interesting. But then by the end, even the end is weird, and I was like, I don't even know if I liked it. I don't know what I think about this. But then it's the twist at the end is so scary, and it's just so different, and I don't know, and then the music, And there's just something so haunting about it. It's a very haunting concept. And it's more than you think it is. I don't know, by the end, I felt very deeply disturbed. But then it was kind of, felt good. It felt kind of good at the same time. It's a really good ending. It has a good ending. It's kind of a good ending. Don't go see it. I'm going to say it. No, I have a good time when I'm talking. I'm usually very sad and depressed. I like that you find out there's all these people underground in these underground tunnels. And they really exist in real life. And they find out that they were trying to make clones of people up to a certain date in these tunnels. And so there's a bunch of clones. It's sort of ridiculous, but it's interesting. But then they didn't know what the project got canceled or something. And so they just had all these weird clones of these people underground sitting there. And they would almost mimic the lives of the people above. I don't know, it was like a weird mirror. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. Like they could almost feel their clone. And so they would be acting, living their lives. It's like they're almost like are connected to their real version, but they're living them underground. So everything is like miserable, and they don't really get to see anything. But then I was like, it's kind of nicer that way, because it's kind of they're showing them at the fair, and then the real versions get to see the rides and eat the cotton candy and go on the rides. But then you know why it's better, and then the underground versions are almost like they're acting out. The clones of those people up there are acting out what's happening up there, but they're all underground, and so it's very bizarre. It's just like they're just acting it out in these weird hallways and empty rooms, and they're all like warped or just I don't know. It's just but I'm like, you know why it's better? It's kind of cute. It's sad, but it's not that sad, because all the people up there are strangers. In the real world, we're all just strangers. But down there, everybody's together, and they're all just acting it out together. So I'm like, it's kind of cute. Where that girl you see, the girl you see across the way, and the upper, or the boy, whatever, those people, they will leave. You'll never see them again. Right? The world's big up here. You'll probably never see them again. But down there, they're all stuck together down there. So I'm like, it's kind of cute. They're probably all friends. Those people are strangers in the real world. They're friends down there. And even though they don't get to see all these cute sights and magical world, they're all friends together. And I thought that was nice. They're all just playing a game down there. So that wasn't that sad to me. Anyway, the end is pretty cool. It's a cool ending. You find out, want me to tell you the ending? The girl, I'll tell you the ending. The girl, you find out at the end, the room, the mirror girl, the girl, what happened was, the mirror girl, the girl she meets, the girl she sees, the twin version of herself, really, she almost blocked it out of her memory because it was too traumatic or something. I don't know, I don't know. She blocked out her memory. What happened was they switched places. She locked up the real version down there, and the girl that lived underground went up to live with the normal family, and that's why she has all these memories of the family going, why is she acting like this? I want my little girl back. the reason why she was acting this way, she has all these memories like this, isn't because she was the real girl is traumatized. It's because was the clone girl, and she was different. There's just something different about her. So, anyways, it's a scary moment. We're like, oh shit. That she's not even she's the bad girl all the time. The real girl was the girl that came to get her. The real girl came to get her. Almost to get vengeance on her. To get vengeance on the clone girl. Isn't that interesting? But then the clone girl, when she realized that she didn't know that she almost forgot she was the clone girl. And then there's a moment where she's looking at her son sitting there, and you're sitting there too, like, is that okay? But then you realize, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is okay. Because what happens is the real girl, she goes down there. When the real girl goes down there, she's different than the clones, and she's able to start a revolution down there to get all the clones to come out, because she knows what happened. She knows what happened, and so she's able to get all of them together to come outside. And they wouldn't have been free. They would have just been stuck down there forever. But again, it's kind of sad. Because, like I said, it's kind of nice they're all together. Having to play all the time. But still, she's able to get them all come out. So I guess it is horrific in that way. Because then they all come out. She's able to get them all out of there. And then they're all after the clone version of themselves. It's like becomes survival of the fittest. Whoever is the stronger version lives. Because every clone is after themselves. So it's like, who's going to live? Who's going to survive? So and then now that's scary, right? But then it's cool. You at the end, and you're like, oh, what is that? When you go, oh, she's it. That's why you go, oh, I guess it worked out though. It's a good thing that happened, because of that. Look, if she was able to come out and have a normal family, and that girl is able to save everybody. Because she was the real one. She knew better. Is that interesting? That's very interesting. And the soundtrack is incredible. Even if you don't like the movie, the soundtrack is amazing. So cool. No, who's gonna watch this? I'm gonna watch this. Whatever. It's just me sharing my experiences. That's worth doing. I would forget about these things over time. So I'm sharing my excitement or what appealed to me. That's good. That's worth doing. Even no one else likes it. Like the end credit song, that was my favorite. Oh, and even the little dance song is cool. I like when she smiles at her son and he puts his mask back on. Because he likes running around in a mask. And they're driving. Really, it's kind of scary because it's still a horror movie, because they survived, their family survived. But everyone else is gonna have to fight for their life. So it's horrifying and sweet at the same time. I guess it isn't horrifying because you're just fighting yourself, right? That's not that scary. It's scary, but it isn't scary at the same time. It's to turn on Collateral again. I always liked that movie a long time ago. There's a lot of very unrealistic things in it. And Tom Cruise, that's Tom Cruise's hottest look, I think. The gray suit with the gray hair. So cool looking. I always liked that. That's a good movie. Then he was saying, Michael Mann always makes cool movies. They always feel very cool and hip, like fresh. Like, and I was looking at the scene, he was saying it, and he was right. I don't know if I would make something that cool. There's like in a club, and there's everything. It doesn't feel. It feels so hip. Feels so hip. The club feels so hip. And there's like the sort of blue lights on everything. I kept thinking the whole time, oh, Tom Cruise was looking at my dad the whole time. I mean, I always think that, but what is that? It looks a lot like it. So then I kept thinking about my dad throughout the whole thing. Then there was this scene, I don't know, do I want to say this? Why not? I thought about it. I'm sharing everything to think about. Then there was, and, there's a scene where he, at the end, was giving this speech, because this is Tom Cruise, he's a hitman. He meets Jamie Foxx, who's just a man who is floating through life. He's not really doing it. He's just, there's nothing bad about him, but there's nothing good about him. He's not really doing anything. Seems like he really doesn't really care. He just doing a taxi. And there's just nothing really going on. He's just kind of floating. He's too embarrassed to talk to the girl he likes. So he's just floating by. It seems like a loner that's just a good boy, but he's not really going for it. He's a good boy that isn't going for it. Right? He's just floating through life. And then here comes Tom Cruise, and he's killing everybody, and he's just killing all these people and ending lives all over town. And then Jamie's like, what are you doing? What do you do? But Tom Cruise, he's an orphan boy. And so to him, life is just like, he never really kind of had connections. So he doesn't really look at things like that. But maybe he does. That's what you get. And James like, there's something wrong with you, man. You don't have those qualities. Why are you just letting these people die, killing these people off? And then Tom Cruise has a speech like, there's that girl, the girl you don't ever talk to, the girl you don't talk, too afraid to talk to you, and those dreams that you thought that never came true, and now you're an old man. Now you're an old man, and those dreams never happened. And I was like having a panic attack. I was like, that's scary. And you wake up, and all those dreams you had never came true. I was having an anxiety attack. And you never made a move. You could have, you were too scared to make a move or something. And then Jamie Foxx, He starts going real fast on the freeway. He's like, you're right. What's the sense of it? Like he's gonna. What's the sense of any of it? And he's going real fast, and he's like and he crashes the car. And he crashes the car, and they flip over, like it's real dramatic and scary, like. And then, but then neither of them die. And then that's funny. And then he's in the back, like Jamie's like trying to have like his his big moment where he's being wild like him. His big moment of being wild like him. I'm gonna crash this car, and we're just gonna end this or something. Because you're crazy and everything's screwed anyway. But then they don't die. And then he goes, well, that was good. And he's hitting and they're tipped over backwards, and you're laughing at this one scene, and he just puts Tom Cruise reaches hand through to the front part of the seat to where he is, and he's just like hitting like that was stupid. I don't know. It was a funny gesture. Then he has to get out of the car and run because he still has more people on his hit list. It's kind of humorous when you think of that. But it doesn't feel like he's even in the car crash. He's so devoted to his hit list. And then he has to run after him, and of course the girl on his hit list is the girl that he wanted. And so he has to save her. He has to go, hey, you gotta get out of there. He's coming in there, he's gonna kill you. He's like, I don't understand. And they're running away from Tom together. Anyway, then they're on a train. I don't like how it ends though. So I don't like the movie. Then on the train, they're fighting each other with guns, and he drops his clip. He drops his clip, and then he drops his clip, and then he gets shot. Tom Cruise gets shot. They're the same mold in the movie. And his clip, he sits down. He's shot, and there's like this speech, the whole thing, like some people die and they never get noticed. A guy gets shot on the subway. Who notices? That's his last word. Because nobody's gonna even know. Nobody's gonna know. He didn't have any connections to anyone, so nobody will even know that he died. That's like the way that he looks at it. But and then it just made me think about it. It's like, what if I'm like, if I died, probably nobody would. A couple people notice. Barely anyone would notice. I'm pretty reclusive. I don't know if I mean anything then. I don't really mean it. Maybe I do a little bit. But you know what I mean? I'm not really connected to many people. So then it makes you think about who would notice if I died. Then I was like, well, my dad associates with lots of people every day. So that didn't feel like my dad anymore. I was like, that feels like it's me. No one would notice. Everybody would know. He has lots of friends. He has parties with 50 people at his parties. You have 50 people at parties, and he has a whole business he runs. All of his business employees would notice. Who would notice? My mom, my sister, Vincent.
My cat. Like if I have some, who would notice if I die? Nobody would notice. So it's like a touche moment. Like you thought that was me, but that's not me. That's not me. That's you. That's you. But anyway, but then Tom Cruise, then I was thinking, I'm sad that he died because look at it, Tom Cruise is a hero. He killed off people that maybe they didn't deserve to die, but they were on a hit list, so you know they did something. So they were kind of bad people. And he made a nice guy, made a nice guy floating through life, reach his dreams, and make a move. He made a nice guy float and make a move. So he died a hero. So, who noticed? Jamie noticed. The good man that now will probably have, the good man just floating through life will probably have a good life. Because maybe a great life. Because of Tom Cruise. And there's a few less semi-villains in the world. Maybe some of them are really villains. And they were just it's still sad even to see a villain die, but they clearly must have been bad people, they're bad. It always goes dark. I know there's nobody else on YouTube you'll see that, I'm the only one that the light will fade to black. Anyways, is that all the main movies? Things I want to say. I like that the kitties have each other. I guess things really do work out together. Sometimes I'm not so sure, but like they can. When I'm not here, Vincent leaves the kitties in the room because he doesn't want them, throwing up on things, getting everything messed up and hairy. So and then I was freaking out, thinking, why are you leaving them in the room? That's not fun for them to be left alone in the room. But you know what? Because he kept him in the room, locked up, for that most of the day together, it made them friends. They used to be kind of like they're closer now. And it looks like they kind of play with each other. It's like that separation they could have normally had. Where it's like they're kind of stuck in a room with each other, so they have to get used to each other. And so now looks like they play more. And that makes me happy. So I guess even this... Yeah.